Hey guys, I'm Jordan with Rocky Mountain ATV MC, and this is our buyer's guide for cruiser boots. Alright guys, the intent of today's video is to bring a better understanding of the cruiser boots that are out there. Now here at Rocky Mountain ATV MC, we understand that when you're making an investment when it comes to boots, that it can be daunting because there's so many different options that are out there. We're going to talk about fit, we're going to talk about feel, we're going to talk about price range, and what makes them special enough to be on the table. Well, let's get started. Alright guys, let's not waste any time, here we go. So this is going to be the Joe Rocket Big Bang 2.0 boot. As for initial looks at it, it's going to be more of a classic style boot. There's not a lot of bling. There's virtually no bling on this boot at all. It's really muted and quieted down, which I kind of like, which gives it more of a classic look to. Let's talk about protection. So here on the ankle right here and on the other side as well, we are going to have some hard parts there. This is the polymetrics, and it's molded around for comfort and protection, dropping down into the heel right here, all the way around into the heel cuff. You have that more of that polymetric molding. Now, to keep your foot in place, this is going to be the quick release system here. It's going to have aluminum parts right here for durability, longer lasting, and the quick release ratchet, so you can ratchet it down and keep it in place and keep your heel in place as it goes all the way back. Now, we like the durability of the boot because we've got triple stitching, not double stitching, but triple stitching for added durability. And then we also like the steel eyelets to lace everything down for you. Looking at the top of the toe box here, we've got this extra padding, if you will. It's actually going to be a reinforced shifter zone. And what that does for you is it helps so you don't have to feel the shifter so much on your toe, which is something I like. And at the same time, you're not going to be scratching up your boots because these are leather and this is nice leather. So let's turn the boot over and take a look at the sole. As you can see, this is going to be more of a lug pattern or a work style boot sole, if you will, which is going to be anti-slip. Let's not forget also, we've got the rear loop for accessibility, like when you're putting the boot on. When it comes to sizing, the boot that we have here on the table, this is a size 9. We had some guys in the office try this boot on, and they did tell us that it does fit true to size. However, they said it was a little bit stiff. Now, when it comes to leather, I'm sure you understand that there's going to be a 5 to 10% break-in, which is going to soften up the boot, so you should be fine there. Price range of the Big Bang 2.0 is coming in at just under $100, when I feel that there's a lot of bang for the buck, especially with this boot, because it's going to be more of a universal boot, and that's why it's kind of here on the table, because you can wear it in several different applications. Well, that's going to be it for the Big Bang 2.0 from Joe Rocket. Let's move on to the next. Alright guys, next up on the table, this is going to be the Milwaukee Motorcycle or MMCC Road Captain boot. Let's talk about construction. So the construction of this boot is going to be a full grain leather. You will have triple stitching and double stitching at the stress points of the boot, so you got definitely some good durability and strength to the boot. Now, getting into the boot, as I turn the boot onto the side, to the medial side, there is going to be a zipper. You don't have to worry about the zipper hurting or irritating your skin, because there is a gusset right here to protect your skin from the zipper itself. You will also have the rear strap for putting it on. And then we've got, on the outside of the boot, there's a strap here. Now you're going to cinch the strap down right here, and then it's a snap, right? Pretty simple. Cinch it down one time, and then after that, you will snap into place. And then you've got the toe, and then you have the hooks of the laces to cinch it down. Turning the boot on its side and taking a look at the sole, you will see it's more of a lug pattern or more of a work style boot. It is a non-skid acid and oil resistant boots to help you with that anti-skidding. Now, if we take a look at fit and feel, the boot that we have here on the table today is going to be a size 12, and the sole itself is a welted construction. Now, for the insole, you'll be able to take it out. clean it, wash it, defunctify it, 10, 15, 20 minutes at the absolute most. It'll be dry, put it back in, and you are good to go. With the size 12 that we've got, I've put it on, other guys in the office put it on, and we feel that it does fit true to size. Now, it is a raised heel, as you can see, so you're definitely going to be able to feel that. It will break in that 5 to 10% for softness as you keep wearing it. All right, guys, price point for this boot is going to be just under $100. I do feel that there's a lot of value in this boot, especially for all the things that you are going to be getting. Who's going to be wearing this boot? Well, like your VTX riders, your Honda riders, the Boulevard, the V-Star lineups, which we do like it for, and we do see it a lot on. Well, guys, that's going to do it for the MMCC Road Captain. Let's move on to the next boot. All right, guys, next up, this is going to be the MMCC drag harness. Now, with this boot, you will have the same benefits as you did from the Road Captain, but there will be a couple of changes that we will get into and talk about. You're still going to get the welted construction for the sole of the boot. You will still have that full grain leather throughout. It'll still be water resistant. As I tip the boot on the side, as you can see, it's not going to have that same lug pattern as the Road Captain did. However, you will still have the non-acid, the non-skid acid, and the oil resistance on the bottom of the sole. You're still going to be able to take out the insole, wash it, clean it, defunctify it, good to go. Now, putting this boot on, you're not going to have that medial zipper that you did on the Road Captain. It's actually going to be in the back, but you will still have the gusset right here, so you won't have to worry about that irritation. Some of the key changes, obviously there's not going to be any laces. However, this is a 13-inch boot, so it does come up all the way. What this boot is really meant for is not going to be in the summertime because it's going to be nice and hot because there's not a lot of breathability. However, for those early spring, late summer, early fall, this is definitely going to be the boot where it's at, and that's why we like this boot. Price point of this bad boy is going to be coming in at about 120 bucks. We feel that there's a lot of value in this boot, especially what you're getting for that. And that's going to do it for the drag harness from MMCC. All right, guys, next up and fourth on the list, this is going to be the Renegade WP from TOURMASTER. So the construction of this boot is going to be cowhide, which is going to be a lot softer, and it's going to be a lot more durable than some of the other boots that we've had here on the table. Now, like when it comes to construction and weathering the elements and whatnot, this isn't going to be water resistant. This is actually going to be waterproof, and it's the Hipora system to keep the water out, and it also has a breathable membrane as well. So there's a lot of technology that went into this boot, but they didn't bling it up. They didn't add a whole bunch of extra things to it. They kept it nice and basic and classic and muted it down to what we have here on the table. Let's talk a little bit more about protection. Now, when it comes to the ankle, TOURMASTER added their molded nylon ankle guards, and to add even more to the pot, the TOURMASTER Techno Geo thermoplastic cups for the heel and also for the toe add support, comfort, and protection to your foot. TOURMASTER didn't stop there. They wanted to add even more strength and stability to the midsole of the boot. So what they did is they put the Texon steel shank, which adds stability and protection to the sole, which is going to be right inside the boot right here. I wish I could show you, but I just can't because it's inside the boot. Let's talk about fit and feel. On the table today, the Euro size is 46, which is a 12 in US standards. That's my size. I put this bad boy on. It fits just right. I don't feel that it's too small, that's true to size. However, it is going to be a little bit slimmer in the toe box, and me having a little bit wider foot, it wasn't as comfortable, but it does fit true to size, so there's not going to be any surprises there. Now, when it comes to the sole of the boot itself and on the inside, I know what you're thinking because we've been talking about so much construction, so much stiffness to protect your foot. Well, that is true. However, what TOURMASTER did, and they keep on coming through with this, is on the inside of the sole, this is going to be their triple density antibacterial vibration absorption insole, which is nice and comfortable. You'll be able to pull it out and clean it when you need to. I feel that TOURMASTER really nailed it. This is the Renegade WP. Last but not least, especially when it comes to some of our favorites here at Rocky Mountain ATVMC, this is the ROYALE H2O from REV'IT. Now, taking a look at the boot itself, there's a lot of styling going on here. This boot looks really nice. REV'IT didn't spare any expense like when it came to putting this boot together and the fit and finish of the boot. So let's not waste any more time. Let's jump right into it itself. So the construction of the boot is going to be a WP full grain cowhide and power shell with Oxford at the abrasion points. Very nice, well-constructed boot. When it comes to water resistant, it is going to be, and I'm sure you can see the logo right here, it is a Hydrotex material. This is actually going to be waterproof and also have a breathable membrane as well to keep you protected from Mother Nature. Now, for more of the protection standpoint of the boot, at the toe cup you will have a thermal injected toe, and then also at the heel you have the same thing that reaches all the way from the lateral side to the medial side to keep you protected. When it comes to the lateral side and the medial side at the ankles, we are going to have some cups here. These are thermal protected hard cups to keep your ankles protected in case you do go down. Moving on up to the back of the boot here, we've got the toe loop to help you get in and out of the boot, and also there's some reflectivity here so that people can see you from the back. And I do like the safety that REV'IT added into the boot as well. Turning the boot around and taking a look at the toe box, we've got the shift pad here for better actuation with your motorcycle, and then backing that up and all over the boot, we're going to have some double stitching for better durability and strength. So moving on up the boot here, we've got the laces that are rolled. You have the metal eyelets that are going to be flush with the leather. They're not raised like some of the other boots that we've seen here on the table. Now at the top of the boot here, we've got a nice Velcro strap. It's a rather large Velcro strap, and you can keep that as loose or as tight as you would like, depending on your style. Now for the interior of the boot itself, and looking at a gusset here on the inside of the tongue to protect you from Mother Nature in case you get caught in a windstorm or rainstorm, excuse me. Now, moving on to the inside of the boot, this is going to be the Cool Max element here. I like the Cool Max technology because it's moisture wicking, especially for hot summer days, like when your feet get nice and sweaty. This is a moisture wicking material. At the bed of the boot, it is going to be pre-shaped, so as you walk in the boot, it's going to get more comfortable, and it's actually going to curve to your foot as you move along, which is another thing that makes this boot really special. Now at the top of the ankle and at the Achilles tendon, we have a thicker pad here at the top here, which is going to be nice for comfort, especially with this Velcro strap. Moving on down to the sole of the boot, as you can see, it is not going to be a lug style like we've seen on some of the other boots today. You're not going to have this humongous raised heel like you've seen on some of the boots as well. This is going to be an on the bike and off the bike boot, so you don't have to worry about losing feeling like once you get off the bike and go in for a coffee or food or something like that when you're out riding. The sole is also going to be a non-slip sole, so that's not something you have to worry about either. I can't say enough about this boot. Like, this boot really looks nice. There's really a great finish to this boot. It really screams cafe racer. It does really have such a retro styling to it for the fit and the finish of this boot. Now, colorways that we're going to have for you, this is going to be the brown and olive to my left, the black that we're currently showcasing here. The price range is going to be from $350 up to $400. One other thing that REV'IT has given us with this higher price boot, you will also get a 1-year warranty, which is very nice. And that's it. Keep in mind, we have a huge selection of cruiser boots on our website, so go check that out. Guys, we want to know what you guys are currently wearing. We want to know what you guys are currently using, what cruiser boots that you guys have, and what application that you guys are using it for. Let's get this conversation started. Remember, Rocky Mountain ATVMC has the largest selection of motorcycle parts and apparel in stock and ready to ship today. If it's a little bit too big, maybe it's a little bit too small, that's why we have our fit guarantee that we talked about a little bit earlier. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to give us a call. Our techs will be able to answer those for you. If you haven't already, click the like button below and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you're not missing out on a thing. We want to know what you guys think. As always, thanks for watching. This is Jordan with Rocky Mountain ATVMC, and we'll see you on the streets.